Well, I must tell you, I haven't heard this particular argument that I'll give you today regarding the current events in these United States of America. A lot going on out there. A whole lot. Well, I'll give you my take on it. Rather, I'll give you God's take on it. How about that? I've gone over these before, but it's a hard sell because I don't know who's listening and who's not. So, one more time. Let no debt remain outstanding, pay your bills, except the continuing debt to love one another. Now watch how this works. For he who loves his fellow man has fulfilled the law. You put the knee on the neck and you kill him. That's the opposite of loving him. You had him handcuffed. He's a wrongdoer. Put him in your car. It was over $20 and he had a little drugs in his blood. Okay, he made some mistakes. Put the handcuffs on him because the shop owner called and said, I got a guy trying to pawn off a fake $20 bill. Well, go down there and do your job. Take him downtown. Tell him, say, that's not right. Don't try to be slicking somebody out of $20. And life would have gone on. If the man had just obeyed them when they come up there and said, hey, my bad, I tried to pawn off a $20 bill. And if law enforcement, if they had loved him like they should, if all of them had loved their fellow man, all these problems will leave. Love is the fulfillment of the law. You're like, what? The commandments. Do not commit adultery. Do not murder. Do not steal. Do not covet. And whatever other commandment there may be are summed up in this one rule. If we had just tried, love your neighbor as yourself. Love does no harm to its neighbor, ever. That would solve the whole problem. Law enforcement, lawbreakers, communism, socialism, capitalism, whatever you're going to do, you like. If we loved our neighbor as ourselves, we wouldn't murder him, we wouldn't lie to him, we wouldn't covet what he has, we wouldn't steal from him. It would work. Love your neighbor as yourself. Love does no harm to its neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfillment of the law. This particular knee on the neck thing, murder, you're like, the police officers forgot what he was there for. No matter what happens, he's got to remind himself. He deals with a lot of mischief, wrongdoers, evil people. He can get cynical and he begins to take it personally. And it's me and them no matter what happens. And he forgets to love them. And the people watching, they forgot about loving their neighbor because they began to loot their stores, rob from them. The shooting started and 10 or 12, 15 died there. And then they were going to burn the whole thing down. Their neighbor's store after they loot it and rob it, get everything and get out of it. Where's the love? Therefore, America, our problem is simple. It's a love problem. We don't love each other. I speak to about 200 people on Sunday morning when we can meet together, obey the governing authorities, shut it down. We're like, whatever you think. I still kept preaching the gospel in the airways. The cameramen came in. We're all brothers. Y'all be good out there. Do what's right. Love your neighbor. You talking to me? I'm like, yeah. Let's all be good to one another, love one another, solve a lot of our problems. We got a love problem. That little congregation I speak at, half black, half white. So I ask them, why doesn't everybody have black and white under the same roof and worship God? What's this, black churches, white churches? I'm like, what? I said, we're all human beings here. There's just one race on planet Earth. It's the human race. See how simple it is when you just say, half black and half, any trouble? No. Do y'all eat together, have a meal? Yeah. Do you remember Jesus and him dying for your sins and being resurrected, the Lord's Supper, every Sunday morning? All I do know is if the policeman had loved the guy that he arrested for trying to pawn the $20 bill off, if he had loved the guy as his neighbor and understood that the guy had made a mistake with the $20 bill, he did wrong. He was doing his job. And we need them. We have to have them, as wicked as we are. You defund the police and disband and get rid of the police, you got hell on earth. You go find that out. You say, why? Because we don't love one another. You're never going to have peace, love, joy, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. You're never going to have those qualities without God. And with God comes loving him and loving each other. One more time. What's the downside to loving God and loving your neighbor?